Have they made progress with the strike?
They're picketing right now, so I think it's the early stages. I would think it might take a little bit with this one.
When someone crosses the writer strike, that's some dirty shit. They cross the picket line.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody doing that yet.
I think Ellen did. I had a buddy of mine who was writing on Ellen. Everybody kind of knows now what she's really all about. And that's another one of those. Like, I'm so nice and I'm so sweet.
You might think Ellen DeGeneres would keep her private life private given her fame, but she doesn't appear to be. Joe Rogan has revealed some startling facts about the well-known talk show presenter. Rogan didn't mince words when he talked. About Ellen, who has long been seen as a happy and amiable television personality. However, he claims that more is happening in the background, and he says he has the evidence. Rogan implies that there might be more to Ellen than what has, been shown by her public persona.
Who are doing it. That's why you're in that position.
Did you see what Ellen did? This is really, really kind of funny. She said, being stuck here in quarantine is like being in prison. I haven't changed my clothes in days and everyone's gay. It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny. And she got attacked.
Do you think this is prison? My grandmother died. You're living in a mansion.
That kind of. But I think it's probably partly because that guy came out and said, hey, Ellen's mean. Post your stories about Ellen being mean.
Do you see the stories?
Ellen DeGeneres once urged everyone to practice kindness. But as time went on, many started to wonder if she heeded her own counsel. Behind the scenes, rumors of a challenging workplace circulated, containing tales of mistreated employees and stringent, occasionally unexpected regulations. Many questioned if the favorable portrayal on TV aligned with what was taking place off camera.
At the Ellen Show, after multiple allegations that it was a toxic place to work, 3 top producers have now, quote, parted ways. But the horror stories keep coming. One guest on the show telling Inside Edition that she was told, whatever you do, don't be funny.
After multiple accusations of a hazardous workplace, the Ellen DeGeneres program underwent significant modifications. Despite the confirmed departure of 3 key producers, more concerning rumors are coming to light. Inside Edition was even informed by one former guest that they had received a warning. Avoid being funny, then Ellen at all costs. Serious doubts have been raised regarding what was actually going on behind the scenes of the well-liked daytime show, in light of these disclosures.
ISIS. Ellen's rough.
Ellen is like an old.
But it's a rough one now.
It's a rough one now because she was running Abu Ghraib in the back of her show. That's a rough one. She's out there dancing with Kristen Bell, and in the back there's people that are getting up on the rack like this.
It's so weird when you see, like, a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that's people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't.
Never one to stay back, Joe Rogan has now attacked Ellen DeGeneres and the culture that exists behind the scenes of her show. He speculated that the happy picture on film might have been concealing something far more sinister behind the scenes. Rogan and others said the show was more than a casual celebrity hangout. It might have been a demanding workplace where employees felt under pressure to be cheerful even while things weren't always pleasant behind the scenes. Many people are now wondering what was actually happening while the cameras weren't rolling, despite the cheerful set and welcoming tone.
You know, people found out that Ellen was mean, and all these people came out and said, Ellen's actually a bitch. And then we're like, I can't believe it. And she lost everything. She fell apart, disappeared, because people found out that this character that she was portraying in half an hour on a television show is not really who she was. My buddy Greg, who was one of her writers, was like, she's a piece of shit. And he was like,
The response to Joe Rogan's recent decision to have Ellen DeGeneres on his podcast, which typically features guests ranging from MMA fighters to unusual thinkers, has been unexpected. His remarks struck a deeper chord with many viewers than anticipated, generating greater attention than some of his more unusual subjects. This narrative tends to have a profound emotional impact on people.
Hedda, what do you think of the news? Has this come as a shock?
Hi. No, not a shock at all. The viewers have spoken. Her ratings have been in the toilet for a long, long time now. Her show has not been fun. It has not been interesting. And she's not really, by the way, stepping.
Ellen DeGeneres' controversy extended beyond her reputation as a strict boss. According to some former workers, the atmosphere was extremely poisonous and mentally draining. Her show's office atmosphere reportedly includes harsh regulations, odd expectations, and a lack of camaraderie behind the scenes, according to multiple accounts. Even from the outside, it was obvious that something wasn't right, according to Joe Rogan, who is known for his direct thoughts, who recently spoke up about the situation, despite Ellen's years of promoting the public message to be kind. He may not be an authority on workplace ethics, but like many others, he saw a discrepancy between Ellen's amiable on-screen persona and the stories told by former employees. According to some previous workers, Ellen deterred them from dealing with her. It was even said that eye contact was forbidden. Others claimed that after reporting problems at work or taking medical leave, they were subject to repercussions. Serious questions have been raised by these testimonies regarding the true behind-the-scenes activities of one of the most watched daytime TV programs.
It doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a bitch, right? You're allowed to be a bitch. You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they
Dogs
have like
around them.
Yeah, she's got dogs and hoods. If an intern's late, they have a hood on. I don't support that.
Joe Rogan, meanwhile, lets people discuss DMT and elk meat for hours without risking cancellation for blinking too loud. The irony is stunning. Joe seems like the stable one, even after interviewing a guy who thinks Atlantis is buried beneath Costco. In that sense, Ellen's final show was pure dualism. Silent screams in the back, smiles in the front. Honestly, it would make more sense if Willy Wonka's chocolate factory doubled as a psychological torture chamber. Enough of this talk show cosplay, Rogan basically says. Let's talk about how Ellen used studio lighting to turn daytime TV into the Stanford prison experiment. Rogan didn't even need a costume. He just pointed out the contradiction. The woman famous for kindness couldn't even be kind to the guy bringing her coffee. That's not just hypocrisy. It's self-defeating yoga pants at the Olympic level. Ellen closed her show by talking about progress and gratitude, as if 19 years of gaslighting employees counted as growth. Rogan's over here flexing biceps and dropping bombs, yet somehow seems less toxic. Ellen's show always ended with a message of kindness, but behind the scenes, people started asking if she actually practiced it. Sure, the show had laughs, dancing, and celebrities, but lesser-known guests and staff told another story. Reports said people were mistreated for basic things like taking breaks or speaking up. Rogan, who's hosted everything from wild debates to Fear Factor, said even by Hollywood standards, Ellen's workplace drama was disturbing. The issue wasn't just isolated mistakes. It was the repeated pattern of mistreatment that contradicted the show's whole brand of goodwill.
Well, I'd like to see her work on a farm where she can relate with all the animals and the pets and the dogs and the cows and the pigs, because she can relate to animals far more than she does with people. I was not able to have any connection with her, make any eye contact. And here's the thing, it's not just me or three of us. There were over 100 employees over the 19 years that walk away with this sickened feeling, about working there. As much as I loved my job as a booker and producer, I was almost relieved when I got fired because it was I want to take a shower. It was like a whole new dawn. So I don't feel that she has the trust anymore of the